Hi, and welcome to Universal Readings. This is a general reading, um, something new that I'm trying out, like just putting this stuff out there. And yeah, so this is a general reading, and how general readings work for me is pretty much I will pick up on what energy is active. Um, Maybe somebody needs to hear a message, maybe I need to hear a message. Either way, readings always resonate with the reader. And yeah, so I'll be using two tarot decks types of card. Obviously, not everyone's gonna have the same exact situation or even similar situations, but the way energy works is that it's very fluid, so you can apply it to where it resonates, and if what parts of it doesn't resonate, just leave it where it is, because that's not what you need to take. My purpose for this is to give out guidance as a universal reader. Yeah, and quick so real quick, the way I believe energy works is that we all have a higher self, right? So the self of us that goes to dreamland, if you are somebody who can feel in their dreams, like if you ever had a dream, this is kind of a big example because I think a lot of people are familiar with it if you have done it. But if you ever felt yourself falling in a dream, or if you ever felt yourself flying in a dream, if you ever felt yourself being chased in a dream, if you ever felt yourself chasing in a dream, if you ever feel like this is the world that I am so into, right? How our mind works. So universal reading is not just about like gifts and powers and abilities and things like that. It's literally part of the mind. It's part of intuition. It's a real life aspect of our lives. And yeah, we focus a lot on the physical material of our bodies, of our names, our age, and our skin color, and our identity. But in other realities of the system that we live in, there's so much more to us, right? You ever had a dream where you thought of somebody, or you had a dream of somebody in your dream, like somebody you know, and then next thing you know, either that same day they either text you or called you or whatever the case is. It just fascinates me that the mind is so broad. So that's why I like to do these, because it is a tool for me to exercise the mind and kind of tap into that mind the same way. If you don't use it, you lose it. So that comes in with anything in muscle memories, muscle memory and working out, right? If you don't work out for a long time, you lose those. You have to kind of build it back up, momentum. Anyways, I'll dive right into it. So we'll just shuffle this out there. All right, first card of the day. So looks like the card that wanted to pop up was the Eight of Wands. And this has to do with somebody that either is dealing with a sudden love affair. So either you met somebody, or there's an affair in your relationship, or you're having an affair, and it says fast and passionate. So you might have found somebody that you might be passionate about, or they're passionate about you, or your partner is passionate about someone else. In the business aspect, it says split second decision, rapid gains. So you might have an opportunity that is literally a fast making decision. Now, it doesn't mean that it's like today, right here and now, but it is like a big purchase. It's something like you have to just make the decision and just say yes, and it's kind of spontaneous. It's kind of like a deal or no deal. And yeah, and it says that it's a rapid gain, so there is opportunity for money increase. Get your money, get your coin, say yes. All right, so that seems like to be the overall energy. So if it doesn't resonate with you, that's totally fine, but I think this is going to be the theme of the reading. It has to do with sudden love affairs. So either somebody just came into your life or you came into somebody's life and there's just some type of love, and it doesn't mean it has to be sex, right? It doesn't mean, I mean, it could be, but it doesn't have to be sexual off the back. It's just kind of that attraction. And I'm do hearing this is more for a single person, so it's not really like a couple thing. And then for the business aspect, or I'm sorry, not really business aspect, but for the money aspect, you might get an interview coming up or an opportunity to come up, and you kind of have to make a choice now. Somebody calls you in and say, hey, yeah, so definitely a lot of finances here with the Ace of Pentacles. It seems like you're gonna have an offer given to you. This offer may be something that you've been waiting for. You may be a type of person that either helps the needy. You know, you're very, very generous. So you might have somebody asking for money or asking for, I mean, I see that as simply asking for money. Somebody may have recently asked you for some money, and then it looks like you gave them some money, and yeah. All right, so this seems to be more on less in the love category, but it may be tapping into the, you may also be needing money. Somebody may be giving you money. You know, it's kind of more of like the scenario that I'm picking up on rather than the actual position that you play in. So it can be really much reversed for anybody, like if you are the one receiving money or if you're the one getting money. Let's see what the recent past has to tell us. All right, recent past. All right, so the recent past, it looks like you may have been thinking something has to be traditional about relationships. So you may be thinking about like the traditional buy a house, be married, buy a house, you know, make money, whatever the case is, but you may be taking the traditional route. It says traditional ideas, culture, and corporation. So you may really be doing things by the book, you know, what you were taught, what you've seen in the world, and how you want to approach life and how you want to see your life. You maybe want to be very traditional. So that means like, you know, either monogamous relationship, or, you know, work a career that is like, you know, salary and, you know, long term. So that's what I'm seeing, and that's in your recent past. So it could be still in the present, but let's pick up on the present energy right now. All right. Whoa. All right, so this is the only card that came face up, so we'll take this one. In the present, and I would say the present can be like, it's kind of different for everyone, but I would say within this last year, so about this year, and then the past can be anywhere from last year and beyond, and then the present is from this year, so on a year basis, so from, you know, For some people, the year starts fresh on their birthday. For other people, it can start on New Year's. It's kind of wherever your mentality is whenever you feel that it's like a new start for you. So if like you hit a new age, then you're like, all right, I'm this age now, and then that's kind of like a fresh start for you. Or for some people, it's really powerful during like the New Year's, New Year's, new goals. Sometimes it's the same goal, but new attempt. Yeah, so the page of one on the present energy, it talks about you presently probably been more like looking for a more playful and honest relationship. So communication may be important to you, and it may be something new that you're looking to get into. Because these cards here, they talk about business, they talk about love and money. So I'm giving you both aspects of the card reflection. You may resonate with just one reflection, like in the love side or in the business or in the money side. On the money side, it says there's a new skill or investment. So you might have started like a new job, or you're looking for a new job, or looking to investing into something like financially, and that might be happening presently. And it's all telling me it's all new. All right, so I'm gonna keep this here for the present since it came out before I got started. This may be in the mix of the near future and the present time. So in the present and near future time, it talks about you or your partner. So if you have a partner, that's awesome, but it's somewhere in your energy. And it can be somebody that you think about. It doesn't have to be like an official exclusive relationship, right? Partners, it can be different for anything. But in the love sector, for somebody you care about or love or whatever the case is, you need to release control and ego. So there might be a particular way that you want something to go, and it's just like you need to let that old belief go. That's what I'm seeing. And this belief could be the control, or the ego could be related to the past, how you want things to be traditional. You want, to be respected. You want all these types of things. And it's like, do you want to enter the relationship or improve the relationship for the respect of others? Or do you want to build a relationship off the genuine connection? So it's suggesting either in the present or near future to let go of ego and control. And that can be something simple. Like, it doesn't have to be so complicated. It can just be, if you're the type of person that waits for a text before you send out a text, or if you want to only meet this way, or schedule this, or eat here, or the control thing. And it's not necessarily going with the flow, but I'm just saying communication sounds like what's key. Communication with your partner and being open to new ideas. Now, in the money aspect, it says changing mind about money, career, or job. So you might be wanting to change your job, your career, or the way you get money. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have to like leave everything behind, but you may just be having second thoughts, and you might be on search in the present or future. Oops. I kind of wanted to take it, but we'll just go ahead and get. But yeah, so 4 of Pentacles. I'll take it. All right. Community. So I see this could be a reunion coming up in your near future. It can be somebody that in the love department, that there might be a commitment or some type of engagement or celebration, either for you or around you. So you might either hear your friends talking about it, that we're getting together, or You might be telling your friends about it. It just talks about the energy, and this is more going into the future, so this is probably not happening as of right now. Looks like you might have to let go of these of this control and ego that you have had in the past, because what you wanted in the past, the traditional the traditional route, yeah, it is for people, but it's like the way that we function now, the system has changed. So open communication, I think, is very important, and be open to changing what you've been wanting, because we don't live in that time anymore. It's a different time, and it looks like what you want right now is the playful, honest type of relationship. That seems like the most primarily focused here. So sometimes that doesn't look just traditional. It's not like, politicianal, where it's so cutthroat or just so like all or nothing, you know. Um, I think the focus is more of a playful, honest relationship. So just enjoying the time, enjoying the company, and just knowing that you're meeting somebody where they're at. Um, and also your partner, the person you might be attracted to, they probably have to let go of control. It seems like they're kind of in this cocoon state of mind where that is their control, is that they're just in their head and they're trying to plan things out, and maybe they need to just not necessarily just go for it, but they need to free themselves from this cycle of control, and maybe they do need to change in their love life or whatever the case is. But yeah, I see that there is commitment and there is relationship, at least a potential possibilities, because remember, this is in universal readings. So I'm just kind of expanding those thoughts into you. Somebody may want to marry you, somebody may want to be with you, somebody might want to be like, I want, this is my offer, and obviously it's not going to be like a contract. It's not going to be like set in stone. It's not going to be so straightforward, because that's not how life works. Life is like a painting. It's just, you see different colors, you see different things, and you don't know what it means until you actually experience it. Yeah, so Four of Pentacles for upcoming future, so that can be anywhere from next year and beyond. So that can be for your next year birthday or next year New Year's, wherever the case is. But I see the future possibilities of a lot of love. It says stable, secure, and your love and status. So I see a little bit of changes with your mind and how you feel about money. I see it says play it safe and then have a secure job. So, looking at this now that all the cards are played out from past, present, future, it looks like that we had, somebody with authority, and with that authority came with traditional routes, right? When you become an authority figure, you have to follow the rules. You do it by the book. You do these type of stuff, right? People look up to you because how well you follow, playing it by the book. Not so literal, but I'm just saying, like, you do things in a very strategic, organized fashion. In the present, you just look like you're just like a child in a forest. I know this is kind of broad, but it's just pretty much like a child that's just exploring. And I don't mean like an actual child when it's like a kid. I just mean like childlike. You, in the present, you're looking for that playful, you might be a very imaginative at this time. A person who's very imaginative is daydreaming. It's dreaming of something of what could be and having fun with it. Um, but it's not an actual reality experience. So that's kind of the difference with the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is something new. It's a passion, but it's new. It's a small little fire. It's not something that, it's not like the sun, right? Where it's obvious, it's big. It might be just a small little thought or a small little idea of fascination. And I think has to do with a little bit of fantasizing, kind of thinking, projecting, kind of wanting but can't have type of situation here. But it's like, you can have a playful and honest relationship. You can. Probably takes a little vulnerability, but you can. And then also in the money aspect, you can have a new skill. You can learn new things. You can invest into something new. Like, that is something that's an option. It's not like you have to figure out today. That's not the case. It's not about making action today. It's about developing a system, right, in your head, because like, we are systematic beings. We are systematic humans. Like, we do things in patterns, and we do that so we can conserve energy. Because have you ever thought, in a stressful situation where you're doing multiple things, that takes a lot more energy. But when you're doing the same exact thing over and over and over, like, you build tolerance, and then that tolerance is just, it preserves energy. So that's like stamina, like when you're building stamina, and stamina in all ways, right? Emotional stamina, mental stamina, physical stamina. Like, and what I'm also trying to say is, in life, you're always growing. It doesn't matter what area you're growing in, but you're becoming more wiser. You're learning how to do things more proficient, or you're learning how to do things more stable. Like, you're not the same how you were 10, 15 years ago. It might look like you're doing the same thing, but that's only because you are with you at all times. If you were to look at pictures 5 to 10 years ago, you would see a big change and a big difference, okay? And then the outside world will see that change 10 times full, because they're not with you all the time. So they don't have that stamina with you. They're not growing with you. They're growing with themselves, and then you're growing with yourself. And then when you guys see each other, you may feel like you haven't grown, but you've grown so much. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's also where the Hangman energy comes in, is being too hard on yourself. That might be a control thing, is being too hard on yourself, being someone that wants like things to go exactly how you want it and how you envisioned it. Like, yes, that's great, but honestly, nothing's gonna be the exact same thing that you envisioned. It's always gonna be a different experience, because that reality doesn't exist in the physical reality. But just use your mind as more of a guide map, right? Like, use it as a guide map rather than the actual experience. Like, you're not gonna experience what you envision for yourself, but you can use that model as a prototype for what you want to experience in real life and emotionally. Moving forward, yeah, I see in the future, again, it could be like a full year, it can be a full year from your birthday or New Year's, that it's gonna be a time in your life where it's stable, secure, love and status. So not necessarily that you have it all, but you have really what you need. You have the reputation, the status of that idea that you want. It may not look exactly how you wanted it to, but you will obtain it in different areas, and that includes like love and that relationship or partnership, or even if it's with your self-love, like, it's gonna be secured and stable. That's the energy that I'm picking up here. And then with your job or money, it says play safe. Choose the secure job path. Don't go somewhere where it's a risk that's really high. That's for your future. So I'm not telling you to not go in that path. Like, you might want to make a change. So you may need to make a change, but what I'm saying is you'll get to the potential energies that you will get to a secured, safe position. Yeah, so that was my reading for today. That was the message of the day. Hope you enjoyed the reading. The last thing that I'm gonna do here, and remember, this is not a fact. This is not set in stone. This is not a definite. Yes, I love reading energy. I love reading potential possibilities. But at the end of the day, it's exactly that. It's just a possibility to those who may listen. You are your own individual. You create your choices for you. I want to be more of a guide, somebody with insightful information. It's just insight. That's it. It's not facts. But I am going to want to try this new thing here with you guys. I want you to take a moment and ask the question to yourself. All right. It can be any question that you want to know. That's yes or no question. So it's a yes or no question. So you can ask yourself something simple, anything. Just play with me here. All right. All right, now that you have that question in your head, if you don't, I'll give you just a few more moments to think of one. All right, so all right, so now that you have your question, I want you to choose one or two. Pick a number, one or two, okay? For group one, the answer to your question, first card is yes, second card is no, third card is no. All right, so for group one, your answer is it's a 50-50. It's undefined, it's not sure, it's heads or tails. So whatever question that you ask, it's like either one, it wasn't like a good question, or two, it just wasn't something that I can pick up on. So yeah, or three, it's just simply, it's in the air. It's like it can be, maybe not. For group two, if you picked number two, first card is yes, second card is no, third card is yes, fourth card is yes. So for group two, if you picked number two when I asked you one or two, then it's most likely, it's pretty much a 75% chance, which is just highly in your favor. So it's most likely on that energy. So this leaning more towards the yes, but it can always be no. There's a small chance that it could be no, but I would say yes. Most likely it's a yes. For group one, it's just a kind of undefined, not sure. Could be yes, could be no, don't really know. All right, well, toodaloo.